colleague, Mr. Lawton's point. I'm not done yet.
I know, Mr. Brock, with all due respect, and I really don't want to interrupt anybody. I don't want to.
Well, then why are you interrupting me, Chair? I'm not even done my point. No one has raised a point of order. You're supposed to be independent, Chair.
I am independent, Mr. Brock.
Now when you interrupt me, you're not. You're not allowing me to finish my comments, Chair.
You just repeated
That's
the same
completely
thing.
inappropriate.
Gang, what's up? Aaron, Kennedy, and Looney. We've got our man Larry Brock coming up here, and it'll be fun to watch him. But he's battling James Maloney, who's the chair of the Justice Committee, and he is absolutely brutal. Let me know in the comments what you think about James Maloney, Larry Brock, Roman Baber, Andrew Lawton's in this one too. They're pretty great. But James Maloney is the star of this video. He's the villain. Let's take a look and a listen. He's unbelievable.
Mr. Lawton, Mr. Brock, and Mr. Baber.
So I've cited an instance from a couple of months ago in my riding that is very germane to this a few times on this committee, which was that someone under existing criminal laws was arrested and charged for having a swastika mowed into their lawn. And there were no separate offenses in the criminal code, no additional police powers that were required for that. And you know, this is an issue that, again, was another one of many crime stories that emerged in my riding. And I've had a great many conversations with police chiefs, with frontline police officers. And when they talk about what they want, not one of them has said they want C9. They talk about wanting bail reform. They talk about wanting legislation like we've put forward in the Jail Not Bail Act, legislation that we have tried to, in this very committee meeting, move our attention to because there is a lot more consensus on it. And I find it shocking that the Liberals will get up in the House of Commons, accuse us of blocking bail work while denying the opportunity to get to it, Mr. Chair, and you're silencing me again.
No, I'll give you the floor back. We have a point of order. Ms. Latanzio.
Mr. Chair, again, there's a question of relevancy here today, and I think it's quite clear the Conservatives do not want to proceed with C9. At every opportunity, we are invoking other pieces of legislation, which I am hopeful we'll be able to get to if we can finish with this one here before us. So we are very much looking forward to deal with other pieces of legislation that will come, that are before this committee and that will be forthcoming in this committee. But today, we should be, concluding our works on C9. And it is very clear by the interventions, Mr. Chair. At every turn, we are trying to, stretch the time and not have to deal with this clause-by-clause study. And it's, it's very apparent, and it's, and I would invite the Conservative members on this committee to move ahead so that we can move to the study of other pieces of legislation. You keep this up, we'll never get to it.
Okay, back to you, Mr. Law. I think it goes without saying, the sooner we get through this bill, the sooner we can get to the next bill.
Yeah,
I don't think we need to repeat that over and over again, Mr. Lawton.
My point, and where it is germane, is it is about community priorities, it is about justice priorities, and I find it fascinating that the Liberal government is holding its own bail bill hostage and using that as leverage to force us to advance very bad legislation that will attack the rights of Canadians. I'm sure he does.
Mr. Chair, relevance to Block 2. This has nothing to do with Block 2.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Mr. Housefather. I mean, we've gone...
I cede the floor.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Brock, I believe.
I see what the Liberal members are doing, Mr. Chair. They say one thing to the community at large. They say one thing to the House, and accusing us, including the parliamentary secretary herself, accusing Conservatives of deliberately blocking the study of C14. I have now brought forth a unanimous consent motion that could have dealt with prioritizing bail and sentencing. To my colleague, Mr. Lawton's point, I'm not done yet.
I know, Mr. Brock, with all due respect, and I really don't want to interrupt anybody. I don't want to.
Well, then why are you interrupting me, Chair? I'm not even done my point. No one has raised a point of order. You're supposed to be independent, Chair.
I am independent, Mr. Brock.
Now when you interrupt me, you're not.
And if you're going to continue making the same point you did on the point of order
earlier. How do you know? Because you're not allowing me to finish my comments. You're not allowing me to finish my comments, Chair.
You just repeated the same thing.
That's completely inappropriate.
What I'm saying is you need to stick to the amendment we're dealing with right now.
And I'm speaking to that. If you'll let me finish,
okay,
I will speak to it.
As long as you keep it relevant to the clause we're debating, that'll be fine. Thank you.
If you're enjoying this video, smash the like, hit subscribe. Let's get back to it.
Thank you, Mr. Brock. Continue.
Now, Mr. Lawton raised serious concerns about Bill C-9. Now, when we raise concerns about Bill C-9, that is extremely relevant to every clause by clause that we are about to consider. Because he is not narrowing his commentary with respect to Block 2 does not, by definition, automatically mean that he's not speaking with relevancy to the whole purpose behind C-9. That's where I object. That's where I wanted to support my colleague. That's why I wanted to call out these Liberal members who refuse to be honest with Canadians
All right,
that
now
we
I am
need
going
to deal.
interrupt you. No, and I'm going to make this point whether it's a Liberal or Conservative or a Bloc member. If people are going to start calling each other names and using words like lying, this meeting is going to be really long, and I'm not going to put up with this. Well, Mr. Brock,
I'll sit all
you know
night,
better.
Chair.
Well, and we might be.
Give me the
you know
resources,
better than
I'll
that.
sit all
I know
night.
better than that, and my colleagues on my right know better than that. Please, I'm just asking for a level of civility here. Do not use words like lying, ascribing sort of motive to people when they haven't been. It's out of line. So, Mr. Brock, you have the floor, but I'm pleading with you.
Well, and I hope,
sir,
Chair, I take your.
I will follow the same rules regardless of who's talking.
Sure, and I take your comments at heart, and I hope that when you hear your colleagues, particularly the parliamentary secretary in the House, using that type of language, that you will pull her aside and you will call her out. Okay?
Except
now,
we're not in the House. I can only control the process at the committee.
Right.
So let's
and
move
I
on.
wanted to continue, sir, because I had some grave concerns, and that's why I challenged your decision, because I don't know what authority in the Green Book that you are relying upon to rule that my motion that I just indicated that I wanted to deal with, which was a dilatory motion, was not appropriate to be dealt with here and now. You made that ruling saying the motion, the block motion, takes priority over my motion, and I wanted to ask you, perhaps in consultation with the clerks, what particular authority you are relying upon.
Okay, the issue's been dealt with, Mr. Brock. If that's the end of your submission, we can move on to Mr. Baber.
I'd quickly say, with respect to Block 2, that I'm mindful of the concern that Mr. Fontaine has articulated. However, that could easily be dealt with by an amendment that would remove the reference to the word swastika, as has been asked by various representatives of the Hindu community. However, I'd like to understand from the chair, and granted I am new here, nonetheless, this goes beyond our desire to talk about bail. I just want to understand the process here, and that is that if a motion is sought, every member it's I would almost think it's not just a matter of order, it's a matter of privilege that a member of this committee is able to ask for unanimous consent at any point. That would be a dilatory motion. But we have a situation here where the chair ruled, in my view, respectfully, incorrectly, and then is able to sustain his own incorrect ruling with a vote. So effectively what is happening here is you can dispose of decorum, you can dispose of the rules if the Liberal members vote in favor of doing such. And in that case, what's the point of having any rules? And so I'm asking the chair, please, to allow Mr. Brock to move his motion, and let's have a vote. Let's deal with C-14, with bail and sentencing. Let's deal with that right now. But to vote to effectively to suspend the rules, to continue with this terrible piece of legislation, C-9, is not appropriate.
Okay. My ruling, to be clear, was that it was an inappropriate time to make that motion. If you or Mr. Brock or others want to make a motion at an appropriate time, that's different. But we have already moved on from that issue. So if you have other submissions on this amendment, the floor is yours. If not, we can move on to Mr. Gill.
Could you please clarify to me what is appropriate time and what is not appropriate time?
Well, okay.
He can move a motion at any time.
Your colleague back there has the green book. Mr. Gill?
We're going to wrap it up right there, gang. Let me know in the comments what you think of James Maloney there. He is hard to handle. Larry Brock is a star, Roman Baber, all these guys. Andrew Lawton's great. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about James Jabba the Hutt Maloney. Aaron, Kennedy, and Looney, like, share, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching this one. More to come from this committee meeting. It was the wildest one I think I've ever seen. Catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.